What's good, everyone? Papa the Engineer, as promised, here is making a beat. Let's get right to it. I got this sample picked out from Gummybeats. I also have the MIDI. The first thing I'm going to do, I noticed, is the tempo of this sample is 90, so I'm going to change that up here. By the way, I'm using a USB mic because for some reason I was getting a feedback loop with my normal mic, so we're just going to work with what we got for now, but future might change up. Webcam's over here because it wasn't able to see over here because it's really dark in this room. It's like a bat cave. Anyway, let's get straight to it. Alright, so first off, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I notice the sample's a little loud. Give us a little headrooms, turn it down. I also don't usually use headphones, so we'll see how this goes. Sometimes when it's just an audio file and you drag it into Pro Tools, there might be a, like at the end, there might be a pop or click. So I'm just going to check to make sure. Just hear it end here. Yeah, there's just a very small one, very minimal. I could probably just do it like by eye. Let's see if that did it. Yep, that took care of it. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is group this. Alright. Trying to debate if I should add the drums first or add some other instruments. I'm not sure. I'm still kind of going back and forth about it in my head. I got my drum machine right here, so I'm going to go ahead and just add some drums. Let's go to this instrument track. I think I'm going to use Contact. I already got that loaded up here. Let me just open that up. Contact 8. Alright. And I like to listen and record and everything at a particular volume. It's not too loud, and it certainly isn't too quiet, but it's not as loud as this may be, so I'm going to go ahead and put a trim plugin right after this. This can be any plugin that has like an output knob. I like to just turn it down. In this case, I'm going to say like maybe 8 or 9. We'll see how that sounds. Let's just hit play and see if I come up with like a drum beat or something. Whoa, forgot to move the MIDI. Boom. Oh no, it was highlighted on there. Well, that's my bad. Mistakes happen. Yeah, that's dope. Alright, having a hard time deciding between these two kicks. They both sound really good. One thing I am going to do on the kick is go to the effects, and this has like a transient shaper. I'm just going to turn the release like all the way down. The reason I'm going to do that is because I already know that I want to add a bass, and I want the bass to have some room, and one way to do that, and I'll show you later, is to make the release on the kick. It doesn't have to be this dramatic, but this is what I'm doing in this case, and I'll show you what it sounds like. And then if we were to turn the release up on the kick, right, gives it a lot more. So I'm going to do all the way, again, you can do whichever amount you'd like, but I like to just turn it all the way down. This is just my style, because the release on the bass, like the bass is going to be the release. So the kick is just like doop, and then the bass is going to be like, you know, it's going to like carry it. So in my head, I'm thinking of the bass as the release. So no release on the kick. And let's put this in there. just turn this to loop really quick so it'll just keep looping for me. I think I got it right there. Let me just play it back. First T, let's go. Alright, so I kind of want to see what a quantization would sound like. Quantizing just kind of pulls the notes to the nearest point on the grid. I don't want to pull it like perfectly on there. I like what I heard, so I may just keep that, but I'm gonna just see what it sounds like. There's a section of MPC grooves that came with the MPD226, so I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna just start with this one at the top, which is a 16th note swing, and it's about 51%, so it's like close to that grid, but not like dead on. So let's go ahead and do that, see what that sounds like. Nice. I really like how that's sounding. I'm just gonna go in here and take a look. It sounds like I'm getting some double hits. It may just have been the way I played, and maybe the computer just picked it up that way. I'm just gonna go zoom in here a little bit. Right here, there is something. This one. Nope. Let me turn quantizing off so I could do this by hand. Yeah, there it is. See, there's like a second note there. Here we go. Let's just go ahead and delete that, and let me just look through this really quick. Looks like there's another something there. Let's take that out, because we only need one. Okay, that looks good. I don't see... Okay, cool. So let's just give that one more listen, because it sounded like the kick kind of went in and out. So let's see what it sounds like now. Maybe adjust some volume, turn up the drums a little bit. Turn the melody down. Alright, let's just rock with that. I've been listening to it forever. I think something I will do is maybe separate. Yeah, I'm going to separate the kick and the snare. So I'm going to make two different clips here, and then just group each of those clips so they're different. And then let me mute this so I don't kill our ears. And then on one of them, I'm just going to delete the snare. Boom. On the other one, delete the kick. Boom. Now regroup them that way, so it's just one and one, like just the kick, just the snare. And now we can just drag those down. Let's just drag those down to an audio file here. Boom. Get the snare down here. And again, this may just be in Pro Tools, but just in general to make sure there's no clicks or pops at the end of this, I'm just going to put a little fade here on this kick, and maybe potentially a little fade here. I don't think there's anything down here, but might as well be safe. So now let's group that. And before I group it, I'm going to name it so I can see this is the kick, and the next one is snare. There we go. Boom, kick, snare, and then group those. Bam, kick, snare, right? And then we can move these out of the way too, because we're not really using them anymore. So why don't we go over there, and then let's just loop this little part. Also, I think I want to make it longer, although it is only 4. Let's just double it, make it 8 bars. And yeah, let's just listen to that, see what else I can think of. I'm going to pull. I like pulling the melody down here. I like my drums in the track list to be at the top along with the bass or the 808, and then I like my melodies and everything else to be below that. So Yeah, let's see what we got. I feel like I want to play around with some hi-hats. I'm going to go ahead and go into the Pro Tools MIDI beat clock section because I have a controller, whether it's like a keyboard that you have plugged into the computer or a USB or like a drum machine. I have my drum machine. So I'm just going to enable that, which is going to allow me to do different patterns and rolls on the hi-hats by just pressing a button on my drum machine. So it makes it really easy. Some people like to click in the audio or the the rolls or whatever. I like to just kind of do them. So yeah, let's get it. Play around with this, see what I can come up with. Well, that's a nice hi-hat too. Yeah, the drums in this are great. One thing I think I am gonna do, I like to make sure my kick is mono. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the pan pods and just point them upwards like that. That will also have a change in volume. So I usually turn it down also. So I just turn it down about 3 dB. Hit save, make sure. Alright, let's play around with this hi-hat and see what we can come up with. Yeah, that's cool. Let's put that in there. Let's go ahead and put that in there. I messed it up. Let's try it again. I'm gonna wait for the one to come back around. Oopsie. Do I have to re-record that? I might need to. I think I pressed the wrong thing. I was trying to move too quick. Yeah. Alright, let's do that again. Let's just go in there and loop the parts I like. I'm going to just go ahead and listen back. I don't think I'm going to quantize them. Maybe I will, but let's just go in here and listen. So I need one hi-hat. I can see I missed a hi-hat there, so I'm just going to drag that in. I know that I made a mistake here, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that note out. And I think I'll just loop that. I like that section, so I'm just gonna loop that. Well, let's see what it sounds like with the. Oh yeah, the quantizing. You could see how it moves around with it. Yeah, so we're not gonna quantize it. I think what I will do though, is I'm gonna manually go in here and just on the like the one of a couple of these. Yeah, actually on like the 1, the 2, the 3. You know what I mean? We're just gonna go through, but the other ones I'm not going to. Oops, that was the wrong note. Bam, 5. That's 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so just the downbeat of the beginning, the 1, is quantized, but the rest of this is just freehand. However I had it, and you can see because none of these are checked. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just drag this down because we got our hi-hat. Actually, you know what? I just had a thought. Maybe we could add like an open hi-hat to the end of one of these. Let me listen one more time. I just popped in my head. Yeah, like maybe on the 2. That was me changing it because there's different different sounds on different keys anyway. So then let's do it on this one. This is just random. I'm just thinking of this as I go because I had that other one in a different place. So I'm going to have this open hi-hat right there. So it's just every now and then. And now let's drag that down. I like that. And you can always save your MIDI like I do. You don't have to, but that's what I do. All right. Alright, so now I think I'm ready for a bass line. So I'm going to make a copy of the MIDI that I had with this particular loop sample that we were using. It's on drums. Let's do ourselves a favor and change the drums out here. We're going to want to go to a different, something different. Let's see. You know what? Actually, usually massive is really good for basses. So let's try that. I'm going to go to browser, search. I'm just going to go ahead and do myself a solid, type in sub. Go way to the bottom, and this is where some of my favorite subs are. Now before we hit play, we're going to have to mess around with this. Let's make sure we group this so it's separate from the other clip that I have right here. So this is, see how it says pluck 2, but this is now instrument 1-11. So that's its own clip. So that's what I want. So now I can go in here. We'll put massive over here. And just look at the notes. So I'm pretty sure I only want like these the very bottom notes because I'm going for a bass line. So we're just going to start with the root notes of what this particular song was in. So we'll see what that sounds like. Let's do ourselves another solid and make that 8 bars so it's the same as what we got. And let's go ahead and group that. Yeah, it seems about right. Something I did notice is it seems like these the velocity on the MIDI is really low, so we'll definitely do ourselves another solid and turn that up. Pull out our trim here in case we have to turn down the gain of whatever bass we have. So let's pick a bass. We're going to start with subsonic or sub low movement. That just sounds interesting. Let's try that one. So that's cool. There's like an arpeggio or something on there. I'm going to go ahead and change that. Let's try the subsonic, see what that sounds like. And I also may edit this MIDI as I'm listening to it in the window here. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And take this one out. Extend this a little bit so I can see the little pattern I'm going for. I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of these. I'm going to just make them a little shorter here. Yeah. I'm hearing a little bit of a clashing now that I'm adding some low instrument, a sub bass. I could hear in the main sample. There's like something that's clashing. It's just something that I hear. It's because this particular bass isn't as noticeable as I want it to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take some of the do a high pass filter on the melody while I'm listening with that bass line playing. I'm gonna roll some of this off. It gets a little too thin, you know, if you go too far it might sound too thin. Just back it off a little bit. Now let's A and B it. That sounds fine. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's leave it just like that. This is dope as is, but I do want to change a couple of things here. The bass line, almost done. You know, and just for the heck of it, let's choose this one. It'll be a lot more noticeable. I may not use this sound, but I'm just using it because it's very distinct sound. It's very, once you hear it, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, I may actually use that. I changed my mind. So I'm gonna take that out. So I noticed that this one in the beginning is the first and the second bar of this. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Wrong window. All right, so this is the same. Sorry, this is the same as that. So I'm just going to duplicate that there, and I may do it a third time, but I'm not sure. Let's see what this sounds like now. Almost done with this bass line. This one part here at the end. Let me start it like right here, I think. And maybe we could do like, yeah, like yeah, like a little. There we go. So I'm gonna, now that I hear it, I'm gonna move these over a little bit. Getting there. Alright, so let's go here. I think just do that, duplicate this again. that last little thing, I'm going to just take that off. There it is. Alright, I just want to know where it's going to restart. That's cool. Let's regroup that. Took a little minute. Took a minute there on the bass line, but that's cool. We could go ahead and hit quantize on the bass. I don't think it necessarily needs it, but again, it has that swing, so it'd be nice to match up the drums to the bass the same. Let's go ahead and drag that down. Make sure we name this sub 1. And then let's pull that up by the kicks. I like that to be there. We also need to do a fade right here, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Nice little fade right there, should be good. And then just go ahead and group that. Alright, now I may want to find, I may want to find another bass line. But let's mute this one we just got. Pull a blank audio track up here for us in case we find another. Let's go ahead and go back into Massive. Search again for sub like we did. Now we're back. And let's try a couple other ones. The Boss. Let's try that. Now that I'm hearing the bass line, I think we have that other low one, and although this is also a very nice bass, I think I'm going to want to pull this up an octave. So everything's selected. I'm just going to go ahead and pull it up an octave, because I kind of want the register of frequency to be more where a bass is, because the kick's going to be kind of like in that 50, 60 hertz range, so I want a real bass sound is what I'm thinking, so we'll try this first. That's cool. I'm gonna drag that down because I can't really decide. I always drag it down because it's MIDI up here, and down here. Once I drag it, it's an audio file committed. And I just like making beats like that. I like getting all my sections, and then once it's an audio file, I just I stretch it out, stretch the whole thing into a song. And you'll see that in just a few minutes, hopefully, if I finish this quick enough. Let's try also. Oops, not that. A real bass sound. I'm really interested to see what that would sound like. So let's just go ahead. I already know that it's in the register I want, and I already know that I love this particular sound. So I'm gonna just drag it down as an audio. So now that I have a real bass sound, this is actually too low of an octave, so I'm going to go ahead and drag this back down. And then let's rebounce that. Now let's re-listen. There we go. Same, I'm going to go in here and zoom in and make some fades. Might as well make fades on all of these. I'm just gonna go ahead and group them since I'm gonna make fades are all the bass lines. I want them to kind of be all the same anyway, so I'll just go ahead and fade them all the same. Once I zoom out, you see what I did was very small. Alright, and let's just regroup those. Oh, first let's name, so this one at the top is the real bass. And I think this one was the Boss. We'll just call that Boss sub. And let's group those again. The reason I'm grouping them is it names them as clips, and if you highlight them, you'll see where they're located in this session, so the files are there. This is just the way I work. Yeah, that's a groove. That can be a song as is. I would like to see one thing. I'm honestly not sure what key this is in this song. I'm gonna use a scalar. Where is it? Scalar. Now I'm gonna just hit start because it's gonna detect. Oops, I need to tell it the area I want it to listen to. All right, let's try that again. So now it's gonna listen to what's being played here. Now I'm going to hit stop as soon as it gets to the end marker here. This is just going to tell me what key it's in. I'm pretty sure it is D minor. It is. It went all the way through and passed back to the beginning. It is in D minor. So now that I know that, we can see if there's any particular chords or maybe another counter melody or some other stuff that may go with this, that I can find other samples that I have that might go with this. So we're going to try that out. So D minor is the scale. So I'm going to do myself a solid and write that down maybe on the melody here. So let's go ahead and just write D minor. Oops, that is not how you spell that. There you go. Alright, D minor. And if we unmute this, Scalar gave us all the chords in the D minor scale, so we now have those at our fingertips. If we wanted to use those, that may be useful. I like this plugin a lot. You can even like drag stuff right in. It'll be a MIDI chord right there, so it's pretty useful. I'm gonna go ahead and just hit play, see if I want to add anything else to this before I make it and stretch it out into like a 2-minute or so beat. Just trying to see, I like these two chords, but I want another chord. I'm trying to hear what it is, but I don't hear it yet. I mean, that might work. Take these two chords that I like, which is D minor and E diminished. I'm gonna go ahead and loop that and then group that. I'm gonna go ahead and just drag that in. I actually like the sound that Scalar has. Wasn't planning to use that, but sometimes unexpected things can be nice. So there you go. Throw that in there. think I'm almost done here. Again, I'm just gonna look. I'd like to look through my samples, see what I got. Let's just type in D minor, see what pops up, if anything does. Looks like 0. Let's type it all the way out. I just put D-M-I-N, nothing. I did put an underscore because I thought that would help. Looks like there is some D minor stuff there. 2 different things popped up, but I know I have more than that in D minor, so I'm going to just do a couple different variations of the spelling. There we go. I just did lowercase. That looks a little better. So there's a couple things we got here. There's some bass lines, actually, which would be pretty interesting. Just looking to see if there's anything. Kind of like this. Let's see if that works. Like that a lot, and that may work, so why don't we just go ahead and do ourselves another solid. Drag that in there. Get this open right. There we go. Oh, not this one. I'd also like to look to see if there's any. I know a couple places in my sample folder where specific stuff is. I'd like to look there, because now that I heard that, I'd like to see what else we got here. I'm going to just try a couple things while it plays. think this is all we need right here. I mean, I keep saying that, but it's never. Sometimes it's hard to tell when it's finished. I like to think of it as it's finished when you stop taking stuff away. That's kind of where I'm at nowadays. Wow, that's loud. Let's definitely turn that tremendously down. I think that is definitely what we were looking for. Only thing this flute is missing is I noticed it's kind of a mono signal, which is not a bad thing. But I like, I'm in my head I'm hearing that why don't we just keep that how it is and send it to this reverb I got and see how it sounds. In case you're wondering the settings, this is actually a stock Pro Tools reverb. It's called Deverb. And pretty much if you literally just open it, factory default. So all I did was I turned the gain up because I want it to, be full volume. It's 4.5 seconds, which is pretty long, but I like turning it to 5. I don't want a filter on here because I'm going to use my own, no diffusion, and we want it to be 100% because it's like a send. Now after the reverb, and you can actually do this before and after the reverb, you can put filters. So I'm just going to put a filter. It looks just cutting off everything like below 500. We don't really need that in there. So let's listen to what this sounds like with this reverb. Mix that in. Here it is by itself. It sounds fucking great. Excuse my language. But yeah, just to taste, blend it in, Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so earlier when I panned my kick to be mono, I didn't do both pan pods, so always good to double check. I was just going to go through and do a quick little balance here. Sounds pretty good. Okay, so this is a very stereo bass, which isn't a bad thing. I like my subs to be mono. I'm going to do the same to this. I may change that later, but for now we're just going to do that. Then again, it's going to be louder, so I turn down the clip. That sounds great. Let's bring in the melody. I'm just quick little balance here. think what I'm going to do is stretch out. Well, I am going to turn this into a song now, so let's move that over. I think just 4-bar intro, and then it just kind of comes in, I think. So I'm going to take these last two kicks off and then the very last snare off. Just give it a little room to breathe there at the end right before it comes back in for the verse. And I'm pretty sure we're going to just go ahead and make this 16 for the verse. So that's 2 8s and then the hook again there. I think... I don't know, it may just be that the instruments are in the whole time, but I'm not really sure yet. So until I figure that out, let's just move stuff around here. So the hook, this is during the hook only, so maybe we'll take that out here and here. I could potentially have a different bass, one of these other ones. That might be interesting. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of the boss sub. I like this real bass, and I think we're going to just have that for the verse, but I don't know, it's tough to say. Because I kind of like having that, but the sub is really nice too. Maybe during the verse this could be a little more dramatic, I'm not sure. Maybe duplicate the melody, because I want to do different filters on different parts, so this is fine up there. All of this I'm going to say is fine, but let's take it out here. And then for that part, this could be a little more extreme, maybe. Oh, I think we hit a Pro Tools glitch. Did we? Yeah, I think so. Pro Tools glitch. Let's do a quick restart. Hope it doesn't mess up the stream. We will find out. Let's go ahead and reopen Pro Tools. Funny thing is, I actually know what may be the cause of that problem. Just don't have time to get to it right now. Alright, let's hope this didn't mess up the stream. I may have to open the OBS window just to see. Let's find out. Sec here, we're gonna have to go back. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reset stuff up, so I may have to cut this part. Whatever. I'm putting different filters on for the hook and the verse. I need to have that unmuted so I can hear it. Yeah, it's cool. It's a subtle change, but I like it. I like there to be a subtle change between the hook and the verse, and this isn't exactly like a super different song with different sections per se, but I like there to be somewhat of a transitional thing. I like I don't know if I want to add like another something to that, but I'm thinking the snare, by the way, is in my head. I said something. I didn't even say what I wanted. It's my head. I'm moving so fast in my head about how I want this to sound. I like it already though. Like this is maybe just it right here. And then there's let's make that real bass inactive because we're not using it. There was a part down here that I have that I'm not using. Let's see what this is. I like it, but I don't think I'm going to keep it. Let's make that inactive. What's this? I think this is the piano we added. So those chords are nice. I got an idea for that. Let's try, let's pull up Contact 8 again. And I got the Olympus Choir. Where is it? Right here. Okay. I think last time I tried a couple different ones, but I'm going to try a couple different presets here that I like. Let's unmute that piano and pull out that trim plugin here so we could see how loud it is. I do like that. I'm going to try a couple other ones here. Take out this second. that section. That sounds good. It sounds so trippy. I like it. Let's see. Just curious where this isn't. So if we move that up, that would be interesting. I'm actually curious what this would sound like if we dragged it up an octave. Let's just try that real quick. I'm going to take out these low notes. Same thing here. What's this other one sound like? Oh, let's move this over because that's where the flute comes in. That was cool. I think that'll be it. Let's go ahead and loop that and see what's up. One more time. And these headphones, I cannot stand wearing headphones this long. I'm gonna have to get a talkback mic or something. On the beginning. It may not even need it, to be honest. Like, I'm not even sure if it does even need this nutter, so let's just put that down there. I'm gonna just go ahead and get myself something in here, do myself a solid, just recall some information. There's a particular crash that I like, and then of course my little B tag, I'm gonna put that in the beginning. This crash might not be in time, but we're gonna put it in time, so, wait a second. Oh yeah, okay, there we go, just had to turn it up a little bit. Cool. We want this to be at the halfway point. So, like I said, I'm going to just kind of eye this to the grid. It's pretty close. There, right there is cool. We could listen to it to see. Perfect. Just get rid of these other two. Save. I think that's it. Like, I think that's the beat right there. That it's finished, I think. I guess the only thing I could possibly think of would be maybe like a shaker. I could add like, let's see here. Just pick the trap preset. Let's see. here. Yep. Alright, wanted to add something there. It's like, why is it doing that? I have quantize on. We don't want that. I do like parts of that. I think I'm just gonna just cut that and move that over. Man, you can't get that swing with a computer. I mean, you might be able to, but that's dope. I'm pretty sure that's a triplet for one of those. Whoops, this is the wrong grid. I want to do this grid. Let's take triplets off. Pretty sure I just want this to be in the hook. Let's make these a little smaller, and let's put that like right there. And I can get rid of that. There's another pattern I have heard in my head. Okay, so it's not triplets. I think it's just off grid a little bit. So I want this particular one, and I think I'm going to just put that on the same track down here that I have the other one. It's all the same shaker. Let's go ahead and move that over. I think that's just about, oops, that's just about a wrap. Very close to. want the snare to pop, so I think I'm going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to do some edits here. So what I want to do is I want to make it, well, let me just zoom out here because this might be easier than I thought. Yeah, they're all like exactly the same. All right, so what we're going to do is make it so one of these snares is being sent to a reverb, but not all the time. So let me just listen to it, mute this here. Okay, so I want the, actually I thought of another way to do this. Let's get rid of that. We're gonna put, let's get the reverb I want, is this one. Let's put that right under there. So we're gonna send this to this room that I have, this room reverb. Let's make that follow main pan. Let's just do that, take a quick peek. I'm going to want this to be more around 12. This looks fine. This looks fine. Let's just leave that alone. Go here. Let's take all these filters off because I really want that top end to be like smacking. And then we got to go here to automate the mute for that reverb because we don't want it to be all the time. So let's just select that. Now it's muted, and now I can control which parts of the snare have reverb and which parts don't. So we're just going to do that. I think this one at the end would be a good one to have it on too. So I think we got it set up how I wanted. So now it's only certain reverb. I can't even talk right now. I think I'm going to end this pretty soon. There's a send on the snare, and only at certain times it's being sent to the reverb. So it's not every snare. The snare, by the way, already has a natural, like if I just solo the snare, you could hear it has reverb. But I wanted more reverb. So the fourth hits on the snare, they're all these fourth hits. These are all being sent to the reverb. 2, 3. I'm gonna make the size bigger. See what that sounds like. Enjoyed watching me make this beat. I have no idea how long that took me. I'm gonna estimate an hour, maybe an hour and a half or two. I don't know. I've been chilling, so I'm not even stressing on time. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to end it here and start editing this video. Peace.